a little guest decided to join us for dinner. It was a roach. Hey folks, it's your girl D and welcome to 2024. I can't believe we're in 2024 already. Can you? I cannot. I'm not really gonna talk much at the beginning of this video because it's really just gonna be a recap of the past couple of weeks, and just so that you guys can see a little bit what we got up to during the festive season, New Year's, all that kind of stuff. Hey folks, welcome back to the vlog. It is very late. It is 1 a.m. on Christmas Day. Everybody is asleep. Today was not too bad. I just wanted to kind of give you guys a bit of a rundown on the past maybe week. So I'm super effing tired, y'all, so just bear with me as we go through this journey together, okay? So I'll start with today and kind of work my way backwards. Originally for Christmas, we were supposed to go to our friend's house for a small Christmas dinner, and things changed, all that jazz, so we weren't able to go to their house for Christmas dinner. So we obviously needed to find some alternate plans for food, because you already know I cook every day, and when I can grab an opportunity by the balls to not have to cook, I'm going to grab. So when I told my bill, I was like, I don't want to have to cook on Christmas Day. And then when our friends told us that they would host a small dinner, I was totally stoked. But then even after they canceled, I was like, yeah, I'm not preparing Christmas dinner. I technically did have quite a few things that I could make a full-on dinner with, but I was just like, I don't want to do that. I actually had dinner with Adrian and Assad at Monte Casino. My boo and I hadn't been there before, so there's a lot of restaurants that we've been to before that are there, but there are tons of restaurants that we hadn't been there before. So we were originally supposed to go to, a place called Tava, an Indian spot. And if y'all didn't know, I'm about to tell you, Indian food is my favorite type of food, other than soul food. So I was really excited to get some Indian food. But then, of course, when we get to the casino, y'all, it was crowded as hell up in there. And even Adrian and Assad were like, yo, it's definitely more crowded than what it was last year. And my guess is that people just didn't feel like cooking. People just wanted to get out the house or whatever, because it was crowded even when we were trying to find parking before even getting into the casino. Because there was a little bit of a wait, we ended up not going to Tava and we went to Casabella instead. So, as you would have seen in the last vlog, unfortunately, our ceiling fell. So, long story short, it's going to be quite a while before we get that fixed, because it's not just a matter of getting some new panels and replacing it and replacing the light fixture things that are up there. It's more of you need to redo your roof, and in addition to getting people to redo your roof, you also need to get your solar people back to remove the solar panels and also install them a little bit more properly than what they did before. Some people may say, oh, D, call your insurance company to take care of this and that. You still have to pay a deductible, and there's certain documentation that I did try to obtain but couldn't, that you have to submit to the insurance company so that they can take care of things. So, like I said, long story short, the ceiling is not going to get fixed anytime soon, which means that we are going to move everything out. Our clothes and shoes and things that are in the bathroom will stay in those places, because those things are covered. So even if the entire ceiling in that room were to fall down, those things would be protected. But the couches, the bed, the TV stand, our pedestals, those need to move. So we're going to move all the furniture, with the exception of the TV stand and the TV, into one of the bedrooms. There's a bedroom that's right next door. And then we'll move the TV and TV stand downstairs. What a life we live. And it's funny because I was on the phone with my family just now, just kind of recounting all of this stuff that we've been experiencing over the past couple of months, and even the past year, that some things that I haven't talked to you guys about. It can be really stressful and overwhelming, and I think that you guys can tell when I'm really tired and when I'm really stressed out, because I feel like it just shows on my face. I feel like my circles under my eyes are darker. I feel like my speech is more slurred because I'm so exhausted and just mentally drained. And so that's kind of where we're at right now. It sucks, truly, but nothing that happens to us, negatively, will ever cause us to be like, I'd rather be in the States right now. You know what I mean? Like, our home will always be the States. Fortunately, unfortunately, we've just had to deal with a lot of bullshit. That's literally what it comes down to. We just had to deal with a lot of shit. I cannot wait until I can just offload all this stuff to you guys so that you can understand truly why we've been so stressed over the past like year. It's really been like at least a year that we have been experiencing a hella ton of stress, but it's all good in there. So we talked about Christmas dinner, update on the ceiling. Oh, so let me tell you about dinner that we went to a couple days ago. So 2 days ago, we went to dinner at a place called Carnivore, which is like is it called like a steakhouse? Or is it like a shishinyama place? I don't know. I have to look it up. But I'll link it down below so that if you guys are in the Joburg area, you can check it out for yourself. Number one, I'm going to say I highly recommend it because the food is very good. But it's one of those types of places where they have all these different types of meats and they come around to your table and, you know, slice off a piece or give you a sausage link or whatever, one of those types of places. So for one, where the restaurant is located is kind of like in the middle of nowhere. It's kind of like engulfed in like forests type situation. I don't know, I guess that's like the best way to describe it. It's almost like jungle-like. In a way, it's kind of cool walking through there, especially when there's like some light, like it's still kind of light out. At night, it's scary as hell. So once we find the restaurant and actually get to the restaurant, because there's like all these different little like buildings around it, we get sat down on the side, like once they like start bringing out the food after we take our drinks and everything like that, they brought out like two, I call them cauldrons because that's honestly what they look like, but these two cauldrons, cast iron little pots that had pap and gravy in it. They brought us out a small bowl of butternut squash soup, which I had to be in the mood for. You know, I gotta be in the mood for it. It was okay, but it wasn't my favorite thing that I ate. So then they brought out this like two-tiered Lazy Susan, where the first tier had a bunch of different sauces that they recommended for you to use with particular meats. And then on the bottom were like sides and salads. So there was a Greek salad, beet salad, I wanna say maybe roasted or sauteed zucchini, tomato, onion kind of mix. And then there was this other thing, very strange, because it was like corn, pineapple, celery, cilantro, in like this creamy type thing. I don't know if it was mayo or yogurt or sour cream or anything like that. So we had that stuff. I will say the sauces, so good. Some of it was just like I feel like a traditional horseradish sauce that you would use for beef. They had a cranberry sauce that you would use for game meat. For chicken, there was like this garlic sauce, and there was also this really flavorful chili sauce. And you guys know that I love this sauce from Callisto's. That is just like bar none the best condiment I've ever used. What else? And like a bunch of different sauces that they would tell you to use when things came around. Obviously, it's a lot of meat, and there were probably about 6 or 7 meats that we had eaten. The most kind of outlandish meats that we ate were giraffe. Yes, that's what that long-necked animal that you be seeing in the zoos and all. Yes, and let me tell you, it tastes like steak. It looks like steak, it tastes like steak. And crocodile. I've had alligator before. Obviously, they're like basically in the same family, but I've never had either one of them in this form. We thought that it was pork, but nope, it was crocodile. But it was going great, right? We're enjoying the food, we love the sauces, love the meat, all that kind of stuff. Until a little guest decided to join us for dinner. And when I say join us for dinner, I don't mean figuratively. Like, I literally mean this thing was eating off of Paul's plate. And what was that thing? It was a roach. It was a roach. We had a roach on the table, alive and well, because it literally sat up. It literally like pulled up a chair on Paul's plate and started chowing down. And he had attempted to kill it the first time, and it literally got up and started walking away, and then he, really killed it. So at first I was like, I saw it crawling, and at first I was like, okay, I just dropped some meat on the table, but I don't really feel like this was meat that was moving, and I was just kind of like looking all over the place because I thought I had gone on the Lazy Susan. So my boo was like, oh, what's going on? I was like, I'm pretty sure I saw something crawling, but I'm not sure, because like it could have just been the meat kind of rolling around after I had dropped it on the table. And he's like, well, I don't see anything. And I was like, yeah, neither do I. So I was like, okay, it was probably just the meat. Tell me why. the roach decides to come up through one of the like spaces in between those slats. And that's when he pulled up a freaking chair on Paul's plate and started chowing down. And we were just like, what? Here's the thing. I don't want anyone to hear this recount of my experience at this restaurant and think, nah, they got roaches all over them. Because for me, I'm someone who's from the Northeast, right? So like New Jersey, the tri-state area for me is New York, New Jersey, and Philadelphia. If you're ever wondering where my accent comes from, if I happen to have an accent, it's that area of the States. So if you ever go to New York and have visited for any specific amount of time, you will most likely see a rat somewhere. If it's not in the subway or like hanging around trash that's on the side of the street, it could be in a restaurant. And the thing is, they're common enough that if you do see a rat in the restaurant, and it may have changed, but if you do see a rat in a restaurant, like say it's one, and you like call a health inspector, I'm pretty sure that restaurant will still be open for business, because rats are just kind of like, I don't want to say it's normal because it's truthfully not normal, but it's common to see one. There are plenty of times when like I've gone to a restaurant and haven't seen one, but there are a couple of times where I have seen rats and it didn't faze me because I was like, they're used to people, they know there's food, and when you think about it from like an animal instinct point of view, they're just looking for food and shelter. So, I mean, not just like I said, it's not to say that it's normal, but it's kind of common. So when I saw the roach, it didn't necessarily kill my appetite or anything. It just made me more leery that about the fact that like more could come up through those slats. But we would totally go back again. Like I truly think that people should go and experience it because the food was really, really good. Really good. And the sauce combination with the meat, amazing. Hey folks, welcome back to the vlog. I just need to take my top retainer out real quick because the way it is drying me out is unreal. All right, so I just went to the fabric store and I went to the party store. Now, y'all know I'm bald, I have no hair. So, and the people in the 80s didn't really have the type of cut that I have. So I was trying to find a curly black wig that I could put on my head for this party. And then I can use some of the fabric that I'm gonna show you in a second to create like a little bow situation, but I might just create a little bow situation anyway and call it a day. I was also thinking like maybe I could buy one of the straight wigs and then turn it into a curly wig in some way, but I don't know how likely that is that I'd be able to do that, especially since they're like hella synthetic. So when I went to the party store, so I was on the party store's website and I was looking for those, what are they called? Those fishnet, that's what it was. Fishnet gloves, because I saw them on their website and I was like, ooh, this is perfect. This is what I'm looking for. I want that kind of like punk, grunge kind of situation. Went there, I didn't see any fishnet gloves, but I saw fishnet like stockings, like knee highs. And I was like, maybe I could finagle this in some way. Plus they were white and I'm gonna be wearing my Chucks, which are white, with like an all black outfit. So I was like, oh, this could tie in with the Chucks or whatever. So I was like, I don't really know. So I was just kind of hemming and hawing about what to do. So I was like, so then I came across these gloves, which are like these pleather, like fingerless gloves. I hope they can fit my hands because my hands are kind of big for a woman. Oh yeah, they fit. Oh, this is gonna be so cool. So, oh yeah, that's perfect. And then I was like, oh, well, these will work really well too because I'm wearing a leather jacket. This will tie in with the leather and the kind of like punk rock-ish type look. I feel like I'm gonna be like quite a neat looking punk rock person. The thing that really kind of set off this costume was me wanting, oh gosh, and they smell like plastic. What really kind of set off this whole idea of this costume was a tutu. Because you know in the 80s, they wore like leggings and tutus and like heels, boots, whatever. So I went to the fabric store and picked up 3 meters of tulle fabric. So, why does this feel so crunchy? Well, it sounds so crunchy. Okay, this is a receipt. Hey folks, so I'm getting ready to go to the party, but I wanted to finish kind of getting ready so I can show you. So basically going for like rocker chick of the 80s. You can already see my crazy hair and the little things that I took from my tutu. A risky business sunglasses. These are prescription glasses, so I can still see. So here's our outfit. Do I look 80s? Like 80s punkish rocker chick? I like it. I dig it. Okay, let's go.
Hold on, I need Nikki to do that again. It's the birthday girl, it's the birthday girl. Woo! All this technology and no countdown.